Welcome to the Cycle 4 presentation. My name is Gerald Chikukwa, and I developed a Python 2 named Remote Command Execution, Command and Control. The tool's main purpose is to demonstrate how command and control works, but my main goal was to run commands from the server to the client machine. Once the commands have been executed on the client machine, the results are displayed on the server. The server is always listening to a connection, and once that connection has been established, then you're able to run commands from the server to the client. The client connects to the server and receives commands to execute, then sends back the results from the command to be displayed on the server side. And for this program to work, you can have Python 3 and above, and you can use it on any Linux platform. This tool was developed using Python 3.5 on a Linux machine. It will not run on the Windows machine. You have to run the server first, followed by the client, since the client connects to the server. So we're gonna have to go in and check the server code. So as you can see here, for us to be able to communicate, we have to create a socket, and in our socket we would have to have a host and a port and an IP address for the server to connect, and we have to bind our socket to a port. Over here, that's where we do the binding, and we have to have the port, host, and also pass on the IP address and stuff like that. And in this function, we have to establish a connection to the client. So we would have to to the client, then we can issue our commands here with this function send commands. So once you're able to issue our commands, we would have to go to the client. So the client basically just also creates a socket when it connects to the server. So it still needs the host, port, IP address for the server, and then it has to connect to a remote socket. So the socket actually enables the communication between the client and the server. Once that connection has been established by the socket, and then the client can receive commands from the server. So once that has been established, the commands are being received and they're being decoded, and then you can see that the commands will be invoked over here. And for this print data, we don't have to have this print data, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I would keep it on there, and I'll show you why. So once this has been sent to the results, the commands that have been sent, once the results have been executed, they're sent back through the send here. So we'll go back to the demonstration, and this is on my Linux Ubuntu machine, and we're going to demonstrate with our Kali machine. So I'm just going to log on here. Okay, so I'm going to run our Python code, and then I'm going to run our server here. So our server is running. It's showing us that it is a socket bound on 9999 port, and then I'm going to come to the client. So we're going to run on the client, and then that's that. So as you can see now, there is to the server coming from the 192.168.1.9 on the port 60049. So our first command would say, let's say for example, I'll just say date, or I would say who am I. So it just shows that we have root access on this Kali machine. So what we can do here is basically just say uname, so it tells us that we're connected to the Kali machine, and also we could just go and find out the Kali machine. So we could go at issue that command here to find out what version of Kali. So it's just telling us basically what Kali machine version is. And as you can see that this part I was talking about, print data on the client machine, it's basically printing all the stuff that I am issuing from the server side, so that it's just for this proof of concept that it's actually running commands on the client machine. So so we could run more commands. We could just do ls a just to find out what files are in there, and we can see that that's that. And we could just do more commands here, etc os-release, just find out more about the operating system. So it tells us all about Kali version 2016.2 and all the good stuff. So it's just giving us all more information here as we go. Other than that, we could just do more like we could navigate through the directory structure here, and we could just list all the directory, the bin games and all that stuff. So you can see that you could run as many commands as you want to for this, and you should be able to find out what the other machine has. So that was my presentation, and thank you.